Lời đầu tiên xin chào các độc giả đã đến với website rèn luyện kỹ năng.com. Khi tìm đến với website rèn luyện kỹ năng, chắc hẳn bạn đang mong muốn tìm cho mình một công cụ tốt nhất trong quá trình rèn luyện kỹ năng. Kỹ năng ở đây có thể là kỹ năng lãnh đạo, kỹ năng bán hàng, kỹ năng mềm, kỹ năng sống và rất nhiều các kỹ năng khác. Thông thường khi nghĩ đến việc rèn luyện các kỹ năng như chúng tôi đã đề cập ở trên, chúng ta thường hay nghĩ đến việc tìm mua cái đầu sách hoặc tham gia các chương trình hội thảo. Nhưng trong cuộc sống bận rộn của thế kỷ 21, thời gian và tiền bạc là hai thứ luôn bị giới hạn nhiều nhất. Với sự ra đời của website rèn luyện kỹ năng.com, chúng tôi mang đến cho bạn một công cụ tốt hơn trong việc rèn luyện kỹ năng của mình, đó chính là các DVD rèn luyện kỹ năng. Bạn sẽ không còn phải tốn quá nhiều thời gian để đọc sách hay tốn quá nhiều tài chính để tham gia các chương trình hội thảo. Chỉ cần bỏ DVD vào đầu máy, ngay lập tức bạn đã có thể tận hưởng những thước phim quý giá được chia sẻ từ các diễn giả nổi tiếng tại Việt Nam và trên thế giới. Website rèn luyện kỹ năng.com cung cấp đầy đủ cho bạn các DVD rèn luyện kỹ năng trên nhiều lĩnh vực. Tất cả các DVD rèn luyện kỹ năng của các diễn giả nước ngoài có tại website rèn luyện kỹ năng.com đều có phụ đề 100%, hỗ trợ tối đa cho quý độc giả khi theo dõi. Rèn luyện kỹ năng.com cam kết chất lượng tất cả các DVD khi cung cấp cho quý khách hàng. Với hân hạnh được phục vụ cho rất nhiều các khách hàng trên cả nước. Chỉ cần click đặt hàng, trong vòng 1 đến 3 ngày, bạn đã có thể cầm sản phẩm trong tay. Rèn luyện kỹ năng hân hạnh được phục vụ quý khách.
My name is Andy Campbell, Hi. My name is Andy Campbell, and welcome to the knock your socks off world of public speaking.
Are you afraid? I don't mean of me. I'm Tim, and I'm harmless. I mean, are you afraid of public speaking? Maybe you're confused, a little sleepy, cranky.
Well, if you bought this tape, you're expecting to someday find yourself in a situation where you have to get up and speak in front of a large crowd. And whether you need to give a classroom speech or the most important business presentation of your life, you've probably got a bunch of questions and concerns.
Maybe you're afraid you're gonna get up there and just blank out. Maybe you're afraid your speech will be all over the place.
When I was young, I used to go camping at Loon Mountain with my father. Now, a lot of people aren't a big fan of Christmas. You think that, Bono... But back to financial reform.
Or maybe you're afraid you'll be so nervous you just won't show up.
Well, in this program, we'll address all those concerns. We'll show you how to deliver your speech in style, how to organize your speech to a T, and how to combat that gut-wrenching stage fright you might be feeling. We'll talk about preparation, speech research, delivery, all the tools you need to get up there and speak like a pro. We're the Standard Deviants, and we've got you covered. So let's get down to business.
Part 1. Preparing to speak. Whether you're delivering a political campaign speech, a heartfelt eulogy, or a presentation to business associates,
you'll want to carefully prepare before you deliver a speech. Now, I know what you're thinking.
How can I prepare to give a speech when I'm paralyzed by mind-numbing fear and I can't get out of bed?
Well, we understand your nervousness. And it's important that you understand that the first step in preparing to give a speech or presentation is to conquer your fear of actually giving it. That's why you're going to want to pay close attention to the first section of this videotape.
Section A, Communication Apprehension.
Communication apprehension, commonly known as stage fright, often described as butterflies in the stomach. You know what we're talking about.
You get a letter in the mail. You're happy. Everyone likes mail. Why? It's from the local PTA. And they want you to give a speech on the merits of building a children's recreation center for your town. And why not? You've always been vocal on the matter of telling friends how badly the neighborhood kids need a place to play. This is your chance to make a difference. This is your chance to shine. But then, it hits you. That slight tickle of fear at the base of your spine. That cold trickle of sweat that rolls down your cheek. That energetic tap dancer who suddenly appears in your stomach to dance the first 2 acts of Showboat. It's communication, apprehension. Other symptoms begin to creep up. You can't sleep. You can't eat. You begin to come up with excuses for why you can't possibly deliver that speech.
Maybe I should clean the garage next week. That place is so cluttered, I probably won't have time for anything else, like a terrifying public speaking engagement.
Well, don't let communication apprehension stop you from speaking. It may seem like you're all alone or that this fear is ridiculous, but the truth is, communication apprehension is the most common fear in the world, even more common than the fear of death.
But the most important thing you need to remember is that communication apprehension is a fear that you can easily get a handle on.
A lot of people believe that CA is a learned response, that people's fear of public speaking is grounded in a bad public speaking experience. By that token, if people begin to have positive public speaking experiences, their fear should decrease.
I know what you're thinking. How does this help you in the short run? What can you do if you feel like you're about to implode right before a speech? Well, there are certain alternative methods.
We've all heard about the trick where you imagine your audience naked. This might work, but if you have an overactive imagination, you might mess up and imagine yourself naked.
The best way to combat the fear of public speaking is to learn how to relax yourself. Here's 4 easy steps that'll help you do just that.
Okay, you're nervous. What do you do? What do you do? Well, step number 1 is to admit to yourself that you're nervous. Acknowledge your fears, but also realize that you can overcome them. Just remind yourself that you have something valuable to say and that the audience isn't likely to be hostile toward you.
Step 2, think about what you're going to say and what effect you'll have on your audience. The more you think about your subject and your relationship with the audience, the less you'll think about your fear.
Step 3, act confident. Sure, you're nervous, but the audience doesn't have to know that. If you project confidence, the audience will react positively, and this will increase your confidence even more.
And finally, step 4, start strong and end strong. A strong introduction will propel you through the rest of your speech and wipe out any fear you begin with. Ending strong will also counteract a shaky beginning due to nervousness.
It might help you out to keep in mind that speaker apprehension isn't a sickness that needs to be cured. You're not going to erase the fear from your life. Chances are you'll always be a little bit afraid before you get up in front of a large crowd. We all are. The key is to learn to deal with your fear and control it, so that it doesn't control you. So the absolute best thing you can do is take a deep breath, recognize your fear for what it is, and write the best possible speech you can. Because preparation is the key to overcoming your public speaking woes. And, conveniently enough, preparation is what we're talking about next.
Section B, supporting material.
Whether your speech is persuasive or informative in nature, you'll be making some sort of point, offering some kind of opinion.
And in order to support that point or opinion, you'll need to organize some supporting material. You'll need to do a little research.
The goal of research is to gather supporting materials. These are factual materials and opinions that back up the main ideas of your speech.
Every type of support material projects your ideas in a slightly different way. By using all kinds of different support materials, you can increase an audience's interest in your speech. Just remember, for each type of support material you decide to use, ask yourself 4 important questions. Is this accurate? Is this specific? Is this clear to my audience? And most importantly, is this relevant? That in mind, let's take a look at some common types of supporting material.
Factual materials.
Factual materials can be broken down into 3 different categories. They are facts, definitions, and statistics. Facts.
Facts are units of information that can be verified by independent observers. So if you were presenting an informative speech on television sitcoms of the 80s, a fact would be that the show Growing Pains had a character named Boner. That's a simple truth that can be verified.
Our neighborhood hasn't had a community recreation center since 1958. 1958.
Definitions.
There are 2 types of definitions for many words, denotative and connotative.
A denotative definition is a literal definition, the kind you'll find in a dictionary. A connotative definition has to do with the emotional response that people have to a word.
Community. It's defined as a group that shares a location, a government, and a common cultural background. The key word there is share.
It's important to keep in mind that some words carry connotative meanings that may be negative. These words can work against the purpose of your speech.
We need to work together to build this center for our kids. We need a joint effort, like the communists.
Statistics.
Statistics stand right alongside facts and definitions as supporting material that can strengthen your speech.
Bluntly put, statistics deal with numbers. They're numerically formulated facts used to describe observations of size or frequency. Put that way, statistics sound about as exciting as going to a math party with Rain Man, but for your purposes, they can actually be pretty helpful. Statistics can help make quantitative comparisons, chart trends, suggest relationships, and summarize huge amounts of data.
So let's say you're persuading the town council